to give us some perspective of this Winter Classic from the bad guy side, the Chicago Blackhawks, the radio voice. John, how many games have the Blackhawks been outdoors now?
This will be their 5th game. They had the first game at Wrigley Field back in 2009. The second game was, as I recall, an outdoor game in Washington, D.C., the Winter Classic there. They also had, that was in 2013, actually had one in 2014 at Soldier Field, okay? And then last year we had one in Minnesota at the place where the University of Minnesota football team plays, and then this one here. They played in a lot of outdoor games. For some reason, when teams announce that they're going to have an outdoor game, they always think of the Chicago Blackhawks, and we don't mind because it's an awful lot of fun.
How much of an advantage do you think Chicago has with this being the Blues' first time outdoors? They might be a little amped up playing in front of their fans.
Right.
This is something that you're used to, and I know they still get excited, but is there an advantage for Chicago in this game?
I think there probably is, yeah. I mean, for a lot of the guys that have played in the outdoor games, it's like, okay, this is something that we're used to. We've done this before. We know the way things go in outdoor games. But one thing you cannot control is, Mother Nature. The atmospheric conditions can sometimes be a little bit tough to deal with. But Joe Quenneville, the head coach of the Blackhawks, will tell you it's the same for both teams. So you can't use that as an excuse. But I think the guys really get into, rolling it back old school, playing outside. The way a lot of them started out. There's some that have never played outside. There's some that may have taken leisurely skates outside on a frozen pond someplace with their friends, and maybe a couple games of shinny that way. But there's some guys out here that when they started out playing hockey, they started out outside. So for a lot of them, I think that this is reconnecting with their roots, so to speak. And it's always a lot of fun.
Maybe the Bruins and the Rangers, and then you look at the Red Sox and the Yankees. But I was trying to think about this, though. When you look at the Cubs and the Cardinals, Blues and the Black, this is a rivalry that's pretty unique to the NHL. And I don't know if there's another connection like that where there's a hockey-baseball connection, a rivalry between these two cities, long-time rivalry. That adds a little something to this Winter Classic.
Yeah, you take a look at this ballpark now. It's going to be red from the Blackhawks side and blue from the Blues side. You roll the calendar forward another 6 to 8 months, and it's going to be blue from the Chicago side. Of course, the world champion Chicago Cubs. I know Cardinal fans here in St. Louis wearing red. I know they don't want to hear that, but that's just how it goes. But no, I mean, the two cities do have a little bit of a rivalry, and I think that this enriches the rivalry. The Blackhawks and Blues have had a number of playoff series together, 12, I believe. And, by them being able to take it outside and make this a special game, not only on a local scale, but really on a national scale, I think it just makes it a special kind of a game. I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is.
Appreciate you taking time. Thanks for talking with us at Missourinet.
You got it.